Last year, we had an in-depth look into what goes on behind the scenes of the race support team over the course of the Melbourne Grand Prix, and we ended it here at the Driver-in-Loop simulator. Well, today, we have unrestricted access to that simulator and what goes on in the inner workings with me behind the wheel. So we're in the simulator control room. We've got Ivo, Richard and Illa. It's a small team of people needed for pre-event Monza works, what we're going to be working on today. So what have you got in store?
So well, let's start with a video for you. We've got last year's quali lap.
I'm gathering information on how Lewis is going to be driving this lap. So when I get into the sim, I can try and replicate what he's doing with the wheel, where he's braking, the gears he's using in the corners. I'm using my analytical brain that I do on the SkyPad at this point to really understand where he's placing the car.
During the day, we'll pull up some different options in the sim, get some correlation going to make sure we've got the cornering speeds matched, the car balance, and then we'll try some different things during the day.
Yeah, it's time to get ready, helmet on, and give it a go.
One massive struggle for short little Ant to get in over the halo. What was the lap time we were aiming for?
1:20.
20, okay. So I'm looking for a 20 lap time. I've done a 23.8 on my first lap. Trying to match Lewis Hamilton. It's quite a difficult thing. That was a much better run through the second chicane. It's pretty much the best I've got, I reckon.
Okay, Ant, have you got any initial comments for us?
Yeah, so we're missing just a bit of grip in the slow speed. On the front, just it's washing out mid-corner, especially turn 1, turn 2. More than what I was looking at on the video.
Yeah, okay, copy.
So now the interesting part really starts with, we've matched the car as best we can to the real world. I'm feeling happy in the car, and now I'm going to have a whole series of blind tests thrown at me to see if we can make the car go any quicker. So I'm constantly analysing the car at this stage, thinking about the braking, how the car responds on the turning and the change of direction and the traction. I reckon I've got slightly more rear downforce. It's pushing the front on in the mid-corner of medium and higher speed. And I can also see on my Delta, I'm just losing time on the straights. I've got more understeer mid-corner, I can't hang on to the front end. The rear's just too stable.
And this is option 2.
Okay.
We'll compare this again once you've finished to the baseline. It's not something we've told Ant, but the first option, we were looking at a different downforce and drag level. He's very perceptive, so he can pick that out straight away from driving it.
He's probably one of the best there is. He has a way of meticulously logging everything in his brain. I mean, he'll not drive the car for 5-6 weeks. He'll then get back in and we'll give him an option. Obviously, we don't tell him the option. He'll go, this reminds me of the third option we did the Thursday second week in April. So the way that a race driver can log so many of these very small details, but for so long, and he'll go, I know exactly what this one is because we did it a year ago. So yeah, he's very, very good at what he does.
Yeah, let's jump out and we'll do a debrief. If we talk about option 1.
Fairly subtle. I felt a bit more rear support and braking. I could see it was losing a bit of time on the Delta down the straights. But by the time you arrived in turn 6 and 7, it was pushing on the car on the front end even more than what the baseline was. So an area where I felt like it was quite weak already, it was just creating even more understeer and stopping me from getting on the power.
You can see it quite clearly in the data if we compare red being option 1, blue being baseline. You can gain in the corners, but you're losing it instantly on the straights.
But option 2, yeah, I found it was better than the baseline. Similar levels of grip through the corners and braking zones. But by the time you arrived in the medium speed, you definitely had a bit more front end and could get into the corner better, and the front would stick mid-corner, allowing you to open up the throttle earlier. The rear wouldn't snap, and you still had the same grip as before on the rear, but you just had more front, and you just roll the speed through 6 and 7 and 11. They were the 3 main places that I was gaining lap time.
Thank you very much. It was a good session. Gave us some good direction.
I can come again then.
Yeah.
So there we go, wraps up a day here in Brackley on the simulator. I hope you found it entertaining, and yes, a view into my world and what goes on here at the factory. Remember, this is correlating the car to last year, pre-event work for Monza, and when the car runs on the track in real life, they'll get more data from that, and they'll start that same process all over again. So let's see how that translates in real life when the car hits the circuit.